Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong and made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Well, a tough start for both of these teams, still searching for their first one of the season as we get going in week 3. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. His first throw is an interception. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though.
Oh, the football's loose. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That one's complete to London. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to the well again. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Collins, the receiver, in motion left. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They go play action here. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Pass play on 1st and 10. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He's got it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Ritter looking to throw. a man right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's a two-score game early. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That throw finds Kittle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On first down, they'll run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 16. He brings it in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Already a little work left to do by taking that sack, but you still got 2, maybe even 3 shots to go get it. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Very much in play in the next couple snaps. You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. QB sneak coming, and he gets in on the sneak. Touchdown! The 49ers make it a 1-score game in the first half. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. From his own end zone, here we go. And they're going to need a first down just to get back to where a touchback would have been, Brock. He's out at the 20. will come out throwing. He's going deep. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on third and long. He beams one deep right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one intended for Drake London. So that brings up fourth and long. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the 49ers will go on offense. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Plowing up the middle. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Into the hands of Kittle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get a timeout now for an injury. This looks like George Kittle, who's in some discomfort as the medical team comes out to work on him. All set up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Ritter to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Here's the one back on the handoff. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Back to throw. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
The give here on second. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Trying to throw here out of the gun. His running back hauls it in deep right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Throwing here, Ritter. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Make some good calls, offense. All right, now, let's go get
Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
And they get to him again. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll send out the punting unit. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Second and 3 now. They'll stick with the ground game here. Jukes one defender, and he's tackled with the first down yardage. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Another carry for him. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Completed to his running back. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run here on first down. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. That throw intended for Drake London. And that brings up 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Score on these guys.
And they send a man in motion. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a 49er first down.
easily add the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now Ritter. Dumped off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Ritter. He's on the move. And what a hit there. Alex, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run, and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be third and long.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Ritter setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, hard to come by in this league. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. He'll throw it. Won't get this complete to Pitts. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
That's him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's the Falcons with the football. They're leading, but not by a ton. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team on the field. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, downing it at the 7. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They give it to him again. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Taking a deep shot here. He intercepts the pass. And the Falcons are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistake.
They did it! He made the interception! And the 49ers have some new life in the 4th! Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment, because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end, because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 28. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Ritter escapes the pocket. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. Setting up the screen. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Desperation time here on 4th. Has it down close. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. He can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost him a possession.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
On 2nd and 9. Fits it through the middle. Through the defense it goes. Room to burn. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons now lead by 10. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments?
What?
I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
This return starts at the 5. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. They've got 1st down from the 31. Ritter looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
That finds Ayuk complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
No, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Ritter to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a 49er 1st down. Throwing here, Ritter. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Has it downfield, working the left. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30. You're right at the 31.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Throwing it again here. And they pick him off again! Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that